I'm Owen Bigland. This is the Inside Edge video blog. Okay, time for a mid-season market update here. I had done one for the summer about a month and a half ago. We're now into September. We're going to be heading into our second busiest market, our fall market after the spring market here in the next couple of weeks. So the next couple of months are going to be pretty interesting. So I wanted to give you a little picture here from the front lines, what my business is at right now, what I'm seeing selling right now, just overall market sentiment here for late summer, now moving into the fall here. So a couple of things here. It still is a tale of two markets. You've got, the luxury detached market, which is still, favoring buyers for the most part, still pretty slow. However, I've got a buyer right now that we're looking at for a West Side Vancouver home. I've actually got two, one in around the low $2 and one in the $3 million area. And I can tell you there isn't a whole lot of inventory available. There really isn't, which is to be expected because not much has gotten listed this past summer. We'll see what this market does here over the next few months. This is going to be kind of a critical point here the next few months to see where inventory is. Now, the condo market, on the other hand, continues to be pretty strong, like I've been saying all year here. What correction? Sure, some of the dog units are off in price, but for the most part, good one-bedroom studios, two bedrooms, priced under $1 million, in good locations, in good stratas, that market is strong. It's still favoring the seller. I know it's surprising to some people what you read in the news, but those units are still favoring the sellers. And I can tell you they're probably within 5% of all-time highs from where I'm selling stuff right now for condos. I can also tell you a market that's hot right now is the starter level detached home. I know because I've had 4 sales here in the last 45 days. I've had sales of detached homes in Richmond, Vancouver, and New Westminster. And 3 of the 4 homes, 3 I was on the listing side, 1 on the buying side, 3 of the 4 went into multiple offers. And the other one that I sold in East Van, I had a tremendous amount of interest in. I had 1 broken deal, financing couldn't go through, put it back out, ran another open house, and took another offer on it right away. That starter level market is strong. Don't let anyone tell you anything otherwise. And the reason it's strong is because those homes are in high demand from people that are moving up market. They're going from a 2-bedroom, a 2-and-den, or a townhouse into their first detached home at $1.2 million or $1.3 million or $1.4 million. So that market is strong. Again, very low inventory. Try looking for a decent house under 1.5 in East Vancouver. You're not going to bring up a whole lot. Try looking for a good starter home in New Westminster under $1 million. You're not going to be bringing up very much. Anything that does get listed that's good is selling within a matter of weeks. That's the way the market is. I get these guys on YouTube saying the market's in free fall, nobody's buying. You don't have a clue what you're talking about. The only stuff that's not selling now is the $5, $6, $7, $8 million homes. It's the same story I've been painting here for the last year. Inventory is low for condos and good starter homes. Anything good is selling quick, pretty close to asking price, and still pretty close to all-time record-setting prices. We'll see where this market goes over the next couple months. I'm hoping I need some more inventory to come on. I've got a whole bunch of buyers that we're looking for stuff, investors and principal residents. We're always looking for things. It's a waiting game on a lot of these good quality units. I'm hoping as we move later more into late September, early October, we normally will see a bit of a spike in listings. And we'll see where it is. We certainly need it. Because what's out there right now, I'll give you this, again, I've talked about it last month, some of my misses. The other things that aren't selling right now, luxury high-end homes are a tough sell right now. The other thing that's a little bit more of a tough sell are older units that need a full reno. So it might be a 1-bedroom priced at $500 or $550, but you need to put $50K into it. Or a townhouse at $650 or $700 grand that you need to put $100 grand into. That market is still a little bit more sluggish. Sometimes you've got to reduce the price a little bit on it. But if it's a move-in ready 1-bedroom or studio or 2-bedroom, they're selling, and the strata doesn't have any issues. And again, the quality of the listings right now is quite low. There's a lot of dogs that are languishing, units that need renos, bad stratas, bad locations, but the good quality units are few and far between. And we'll see, as we move into the fall, where it goes. The final thing I'll say is I'm always working with investor buyers. I'm always working and meeting with people or consulting them on the phone that are in the process of saving for their down payment. Some of them are already pre-approved, and they're kind of in a bit of a waiting game. And I totally understand that. We've been on a real heater here for the last 5 or 6 years in Vancouver real estate. Prices are off maybe 5% on condos, off a little more on some of the detached stuff as you go up the food chain. But, I've got a whole prospect folder here of people that I keep in contact with that have said, Owen, let's just wait till the fall. Let's wait till after summer, and we'll kind of keep an eye on things. And no problem. You give me the green light. With these people, I do not get into sending them listings or keeping an eye on things because it's just not worth the time. Because most of these good units are getting picked off quickly anyways. When I will pick up the ball and we'll start getting aggressive, when they do give me the green light, Owen, I want to buy. I'm ready to pull the trigger. Then I'll put them on my active search list, start sending them listings on a daily or every couple of days, and we'll start setting up some showings. But I probably got 15 or 20 prospects right now that were on the sidelines right now. And I totally understand it. But as I've advised many times on my blog over the years here, you want to be careful and set a time limit on where you want to be on the sidelines. Timing markets is incredibly difficult. I can understand why some people want to try it, but you need to do a few things. You want to set a time limit on how long you're going to stay on the sidelines, because remember, you're paying $2,000 or $2,100 or $2,200 a month for rent. That's going down the drain. It's okay for a year or two, but if you've been on the sidelines for a few years now, eventually you got to get to the point where, hey, prices haven't come off that much. I'm going to buy it for the long term as a principal residence anyways. Let's reevaluate what the price is in 20 or 30 years. You got to come off the sidelines, and that's why I recommend in my book, set a time limit and set a strike price. Pretty tough to time a market perfectly. Some people will say, well, I want the price to drop 10 or 15 or 20%. Well, that's pretty tough to time. But if you do, then set the price. If it drops 10%, pull the trigger. Or if you're on the sidelines for more than 18 months, wade into the market. Eventually you have to do that, because timing markets, again, it's just impossible to time a market. You can only stay on the sidelines so long. And I am now, and we'll see what it does this fall. But I'm seeing this market turning a little bit here. I have no clue if it's just playing possum. We've seen a surge in activity here. I'm seeing a lot more people through my open houses. Interest rates have come off a little bit here. We'll see what happens in the fall here. But this could be possum where, hey, we had a little surge here in August. The stats came out in in July, the market stats were up a bit as well. Maybe it's just a blip, and in September and October, the market might slow again. Who knows? I don't know. I gave up trying to guess at this market and making predictions a long time ago. But eventually, I think I am starting to see a lot more activity, very little inventory, quality units are selling. If you've got a long-term window, it's a principal residence for you, you're going to need that roof over your head for 20 or 30 years anyways. Or if it's an investment property, hopefully you're going to buy it and keep it for 10 or 15 or 20 years. What the price does in the short term isn't going to make too much difference. You can get a 5-year fixed term now for 3%, cheap money. Who knows what the market's going to do in the short term, but I am seeing this market, especially the condo market, it's pretty resilient. And I am seeing now an uptick in activity. I'm seeing not a lot of multiple offers, but I am starting to see more than I saw 6 months ago. A lot more traffic through my open houses. I'm definitely seeing a big surge in interest in starter level homes, which I didn't see a year ago. Good starter level homes are back selling again big time. And in a lot of cases, they're getting into multiple offers. They're not getting into 8 or 9 offers like we had 2 years ago. They're getting into 1 or 2 offers or maybe 3. But pretty healthy market. The only thing that's not healthy, which is favoring buyers, is the luxury condo and the luxury detached market. But again, as I've pointed out many times, that's a very small percentage of the market. The bulk of this real estate Vancouver market is condos, studios, 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, and townhomes, and starter homes, detached homes. That's 90% or 95% of the market. That market for right now, September 2019, is pretty healthy. And it seems, in my opinion, to be picking up momentum here. Could be playing possum, I don't know. I don't get into timing markets. In September and October, the stats might come down again. Who knows? I'm Owen Bigland. As always, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do. I'll see you next week.